So I got a little curious about what's going on the other side. We hear the South African perspective. What about the Malawians? What about the Zimbabweans? Let's see what they're going through right now. I already know they're going through hell. That's a given. That's not even something I have to really look see for myself. To be forced out a country, been there for a long time. But when it comes to actually settling back into your older country, how is that process going? So let's see what's going on today with this one.
Bus carrying migrants. She was trying to escape danger and make it back home safely, but sadly, she never made it. A Malawian woman has died after suddenly falling ill on a bus carrying migrants returning home from South Africa. Authorities have confirmed her death, but it's still unclear what caused the illness. DW correspondent Chimwemwe Padatha has more for Malawi.
The man was among hundreds of Malawians being brought back home from South Africa, and her death has left many here shaken. So what do we know so far? She died on Tuesday while traveling on one of the buses under the government's voluntary repatriation program. Malawi's Department of Disaster Management Affairs says she was taken to a health facility in Zimbabwe, but she didn't survive. Authorities are now working to return her body to Malawi. This comes just days after another woman gave birth while on the journey. There have also been reports of several beds in camps housing foreign nationals fleeing the attacks. All of this is raising serious concerns about the health and safety of returnees. Health activists are now urging the government to step up support and protection for those coming back.
This is concerning because we're looking at the situation in country, Malawi, but also looking at cross-border disease, infectious disease, which might happen within countries. Indeed, there's no proper screening between Malawi and South Africa. But also we're looking at the obligation which Malawi government and South African government has to its nations, especially on issues to do with...
Yeah, I can only imagine what's going on in people's heads right now. Like, where are you going to use the bathroom? Where are you going to get food? How long is the trip? How long does it take for a bus to go to South Africa? I'm saying it wrong now. Africa to Malawi. I'm typing like I'm illiterate. Malawi. Okay. 36 Boomerang chicken egg hours. 24 to 36. Okay, you know what? I did a... Damn, nah. I don't think I've been here for that long. Whoa. So a day and a half. Okay. That's if they don't stop, apparently. Obviously that means stops or not. Okay. A whole day. Okay. They are far from home, so... Yeah, I wonder what's going on in Malawi. What do they feel? Because I know people are really upset. But are they settling in with no issues?
Following recent anti-illegal immigration marches in South Africa, neighboring countries have started helping citizens who wish to return home. On Thursday, 18 June, more than 1,100 Malawian nationals were transported from South Africa through the Beit Bridge border post. According to the Border Management Authority, this represented the largest number of Malawian nationals processed by the BMA in a single day as part of a coordinated repatriation exercise. EWN spoke to one of the passengers about their decision to leave.
So you came here for what? To do what? To work or to...
To work.
Did you have papers?
Yeah.
Were you legal in the country or illegal? Like, did you have the papers or not?
No paper. Yeah, no paper. Home affairs, you ask people, you make paper, yeah. And you saw how much your paper in 8,000 lands.
Planning to come back?
No.
You're gonna come back?
Yeah, no.
Really?
Because of trouble. Your boys, you take knife, you can go at your country. Abahambe, ish. It's not. Now I'm going to my country.
Really?
Yeah.
So let's see what the paper says. Are they ordered to illegal foreigners to deport from Republic? So the name, birth date, no passport, no place of issue, no expiration date, residence address, Bedington, Malawi, country, Malawi. Okay.
EWN also visited the Limpopo River border with Zimbabwe, where people were seen crossing the river freely by boat. We spoke to a local resident living near the border to better understand the migration challenges in the area and to explore the realities of cross-border migration and its effects on surrounding communities.
I see that people are committing crime, number one. Now, number two, they go to hospital, to the clinic. Some are taking the jobs in the hospitality industry. But what I'm saying is that, madam, people, if they work in the farm, some, they have the work permits. Some, if I stay with them, they have passport. Here at Achurundu, we don't give a stand to a non-South African citizen. Now, by saying so, these are done here by farms. They hired people. They work. The only economic activity that we have is if the farmers, they get us hired. We are talking with our government. We are nearby to the SEZ. We want our people to be employed. Why? Because they are documented.
They just want to work, man.
Now you look at what is happening in the river. If someone is coming to Musina to buy maize meal, I understand that if that person can get the maize meal in Zimbabwe, the person cannot risk his or her life by coming to the Limpopo crocodile-infested river. Now, by saying so, madam, I want our two presidents, Comrade Ramaphosa Matamela.
It's just fucking crazy, yo. It makes me want to cry. Think about how devastating this move is. And remember, they came there for a reason, to make money. Now, I've seen videos of them being, not them, bad actors in their groups being so disrespectful to the locals. And they are just not having it, yo. So I just understand both sides of the story.
And Comrade Munangagwa, to sit down from their discussions. I know if we, like what is happening here or everywhere, you see 5 people crossing, or let's say 50, which means we can reduce the number. If the things that they want in Musina are there in Zimbabwe,
God
they won't
damn,
come.
man.
After spending hours at the bus depot, these Malawian nationals are now heading home. They are among thousands of foreign nationals who are leaving the country following anti-immigrant protests. For some, it is a bittersweet moment.
So we come here so that we can get the job and then we can manage to support our families. But things are tough because now we don't have even work. They chase us from the work because of the working permit.
For this situation, I don't like it. Because we are Africans, so I don't know why those things is doing here. Yeah, but we understand because it's not our country, but I'm African.
Some of the Malawian nationals say they want to be proactive ahead of the June 30 deadline set by anti-immigrant groups. The groups are calling for undocumented migrants to leave the country by next week, Tuesday.
By this deadline, 3rd June, what they have put as the deadline, this day has been so terrible to us. Many people are afraid of this day. I as well, I'm afraid of this day because we never know what they are planning to do to us.
It is believed that the Malawian nationals were accommodated here as a temporary measure by the owner of the buses. This left residents unhappy.
This is not the embassy. This is not an immigration office. It's a bus depot. So we don't understand why they were here, but we are happy that they've left.
We are not saying we're chasing people away from South Africa, but it's fair enough. People must be in proper details when they arrive in South Africa so that we can be able to control maybe our...
I might see songs back and forth from each perspective. One side is saying, no one is taking jobs to be disrespectful. They actually are committing a lot of crime. Now, South Africa, I ain't gonna lie, is known for their fucking crime, okay? According to not the good part, and some of the other part, okay? I have 2 people who personally went and got robbed down there. One got robbed in broad daylight in the hotel lobby, okay? That's how unsafe it was. What part? I don't know. Maybe it was a nice part. they happen to be in a nice area, but the people just have to be in an area. Who knows? I'm not willing to fall out. If I go to South Africa, I'm trying to see that South African yash. Okay, that's about it. I'm not trying to be a tourist. I'm not wearing no jewelry. I don't even believe in jewelry in the first place. It's a whole different topic. I'm not there to look flashy. I'm trying to see I'm trying to see something, if you know what I mean. And when I say see something, with safety, because South Africa got a large rate, if you know what I mean. Anyway.
Country, you see.
Following the departure of the 17 buses, calm was soon restored. However, residents say they now remain on high alert. Neria Hlakotza, SABC News, Lenasia South, Johannesburg.
Y'all saw a video of this girl. She went back to Zimbabwe. She was not happy. She was like, I have to come back to this bullshit. Let's see. Woman returns to Zimbabwe, and she was like, yo, this ain't it. I'm in South Africa. This is something recent.
What started with around 75 people outside the Zimbabwean consulate on Wednesday has grown to more than 320 men, women, and children. Many arrived carrying suitcases, blankets, and
You see that? That's put a foot to the ground, belt to ass, willing to die for what you believe in. I do not believe all these people are just evil people. I don't believe that. Just like the girl who was about to speak, she about to do something opposite. Stand with the foreigners. I stand with the foreigners and I stand with the South Africans. There's so many people who have done nothing to the South Africans. So many. But the people who did do something, they were very, 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 very arrogant, to say the least. Even if their criticism is valid, like one girl said, she's Somali girl, so y'all don't save y'all money, y'all spend what y'all want, and then y'all come back to work broke again. Okay, that means there's no financial security or financial know-how. I'm saying it wrong. Financial something. I can't remember what the damn word is, but here we are. She may be right when it comes to that. But to say that, you know, we're better than you in your own country, you know, your country is not even nowhere close to how it is when it comes to open borders or even opportunity. It's crazy to me.
Especially what happened, no, I don't like it.
You don't like it?
And then after, no, I don't like it.
Why?
And then after that,
Why don't you like the marches?
the people must go. And then after that, we have children from the foreigners. And then after that, the foreigners must go. Who's going to support the child? I can't support the child alone. So the foreigners must go. So it's better. Take the foreigners, take the child with the foreigner. What him?
Yes, thank you, everyone. I'm in South Africa now. I want to use this opportunity to tell the government of South Africa, those one in Dudula, saying all the foreigners, they are illegal. Me, I use...
Now, Nigerians, y'all on top of the list. That's all I do know. I've been hearing about South Africans complaining about Nigerians for a while now, okay? Nigerians are just having a bad reputation in a lot of different countries. This is not just the U.S., not just Africa, even Asian countries. They have a bad reputation. Of course, not all Nigerians. There are very smart, innovative Nigerians in the world, and even musically talented Nigerians. We're talking about the ones who are scammers. I actually heard a Nigerian accent 2 days in a row. They're trying to scam me, trying to get my WhatsApp code, If you ever get a WhatsApp call or a call say, hey, we got a meeting going on WhatsApp, most likely they're gonna ask you for a code. Hey, you see this code? Send me the 4 numbers on this code or whatever numbers. Don't do that. And I'm about to ask him, yo, you Igbo or you? I'm about to ask him that. I should have asked him that. Surprised I know Nigerian accent when I hear it.
SCA government plane. So if you know the person that used government plane to be in your country, South Africa, what he required, use this platform to contact me. I need my papers here. I need my ID. It's not all the foreigners is illegal here. There is nobody I can jump from Nigeria to be in South Africa. So this is my platform. If the government that is chasing foreigners away get this message, use it to contact me. Go and verify if you the border. Doing pata. What are we trying to let the world know? That somebody in Africa will not have paper and charging foreigner.
South Africa continues to move closer to the much-discussed the 30th of June deadline. One issue continues to dominate public conversations, political platforms, community meetings, and even family discussions: the issue of illegal and undocumented foreign nationals. It is a conversation that has become increasingly emotional, increasingly political, and increasingly difficult to navigate. Because there are South Africans who look beyond documents and paperwork. They see husbands, wives, fathers, mothers, and breadwinners. They see relationships, families, and children whose lives are directly affected by whatever decisions government eventually makes. You might be wondering whether this is perhaps a scripted scene, an emotional exaggeration, or simply someone speaking in the heat of the moment. But as the 30th of June deadline continues to dominate headlines, more uncertainty, more fear, and more questions continue to emerge from ordinary South Africans.
There was a group of Somalis. A group? What part of South Africa are there Somalis? Like, they took over a whole town. But there's a part of South Africa where none but Somalia. They're like, oh, we're not going nowhere.
Whose lives have become intertwined with this issue. Among them is a woman from Cape Town whose concerns are not necessarily about politics, legislation, or border control. Her concern is much closer to home. Her concern is family. To some people, the man she is referring to may simply be an undocumented foreign national. To her, however, he is something completely different. He is a father, he is a provider, he is somebody connected to her family, he is somebody connected to her children's future. And this is where the immigration debate becomes complicated. Because while governments deal with laws, borders, permits, and documentation, ordinary people deal with relationships, households, and realities on the ground. Her frustration appears to be rooted in a fear shared by many families across the country. What happens when immigration enforcement collides with family life? What happens when a legal decision has emotional consequences? What happens when a father is viewed by authorities as undocumented, while a child views him simply as dad? These are difficult questions. At the same time, emotions alone cannot determine national policy. Every sovereign nation has immigration laws. Every sovereign nation establishes conditions under which foreign nationals may enter, live, work, or remain within.
See what happened in America? Like Donald Trump or not, he's saying, look, everybody has rules. We're just enforcing ours. Obama enforced our rules. Even if people came back in, he did it too. But because it's Trump, they're trying to make it seem like he's the only one who's trying to enforce the rules. In South Africa, they are enforcing the rules by their own hand. They're not waiting for the government.
In its borders. And sometimes the enforcement of those laws creates painful consequences for individuals and families. That reality is not unique to South Africa. It happens across the world. Yet despite these realities, many South Africans continue to argue that compassion and family circumstances should be taken into account when discussing immigration enforcement. But not everyone shares this perspective. In fact, there are others who view the issue from a completely different angle. For them, the debate is not primarily about
foreigners. Honestly, it's totally unacceptable. Personally, as Hemen Mashaba, I take serious exception to this. That these are people who...
All right, so tell me what you think. Tell me what's going on. What you think is going on the 30th? Are people actually going to be putting foot to ass? Is it just a fake threat? Is it a real deal? I will be covering this story every single day until the countdown is here. And hopefully, there's a truce, there's an understanding, there's certain people who could stay. Yeah, man.